Welcome you to our topic today. How to stop a dog from chewing. Are you excited? Let's go. Why do dogs chew and how to stop a dog from chewing? First and foremost, it's critical to factor out the motives in the back of why your dog is probably chewing up your things. Until we recognize the root motive of the problem, we won't be able to put education in area to restore it. As we referred to above, puppies have a herbal instinct to chew. There's regularly a larger underlying problem as to why your canine feels the want to eat your coffee table. It's possibly that your pup suits into one of the following 3 categories. In each reasons below, I will share with you tips to deal with it. Your dog is little and needing things to chew. If you have a younger pup, he's going to need to bite things. The biggest reason, teething. Puppies start getting enamel across the age of 16 weeks. And it's viable that they will maintain to enamel until they may be 7 to 8 months old. Knowing this, it's vital to prepare for this uncomfortable segment on your pup's life. Even extra so, it's important to be compassionate closer to your dog during this painful time. So how to stop a dog from chewing in this situation? Following below steps. Provide your puppy with adequate chewing toys to stop dog chewing. To stop a puppy from chewing, the great thing you may do for a domestic dog is to make certain he has enough puppy-appropriate things to chunk. I personally advise a whole lot of substances so your dog can select which he prefers. For example, hard rubber toys including a Kong. Rope toys, only a duration of rope with a few excellent knots in it. Wooden toys. I will pick out sticks or pine cones that are cheap and secure. Softer fabric like a dish towel, damp and a knot tied in it. Large natural cannon bones. Ensure they're strong and safe. Always avoid things like chook bones that splinter and break. Bully sticks or similar chew treats. Learn the skill of redirection. Redirection is a training technique in which you redirect your canine's terrible behavior, chewing on your table leg, to the right behavior, chewing on a bone. Remember, your dog is a domestic dog. It's probable that he sincerely doesn't know higher in relation to chewing up your stuff. Help teach him what's proper to chew by way of calmly getting rid of him from the irrelevant item he is chewing and shifting him to a toy or a deal with he can bite instead. Keep your stuff off the ground. Last but not least, I endorse the most common feel habit, keeping your stuff off the floor. A young puppy isn't going to be keen on what's his to chunk and what's no longer. Therefore, it's your responsibility as a domestic dog parent to make certain your dog isn't able to get into things that he shouldn't. It's similar to having a new toddler on your home. You wouldn't depart dangerous items on your floor for an infant to reach. You also shouldn't agree with that your pup knows the difference among what is secure and now not safe to bite. Play wit. Your dog has been trained in wrong way. The second purpose your canine may chew things is clearly due to the fact he wasn't trained properly. The top news, it's by no means too past due to train your dog a brand new trick. So how to get a dog to stop chewing in this situation? Below are 2 methods to help you stop your dog from chewing. Timeouts. Timeouts are a completely kind way to assist your dog understand whilst he's doing something naughty. If you want to learn how to stop a dog from chewing by timeouts, here's the way it works. You capture your dog chewing to your slipper. Calmly stroll as much as your canine, cast off the slipper from his mouth, and tell him no. Put the slipper again on the floor. If your dog goes back to chewing on the slipper, repeat the process, and then calmly walk him to his crate. Leave your canine in his crate for 3 to 5 minutes, and then let him free. Every time he goes, return to chunk the slipper, area him again in his crate for a few minutes. Dogs are outstanding animals, and finally your domestic dog is going to understand that chewing at the slipper, or something object it might be, will warrant him a few minutes in domestic dog jail. Reward good conduct to stop dog chewing. This one is quite simple and straightforward. If you stroll into a room and your dog is chewing his bone in place of your carpet, take a minute to praise him. You could honestly give him a nice pat or a cookie. When you're just beginning out, it's okay to head a touch overboard with praise. However, as your dog receives the grasp of what he have to be chewing, backtrack on giving praise, treats. Keep your dog in eyesight. Dogs are so smart that they've been acknowledged to attempt to disguise their naughty behaviors from their owners. For example, your dog might understand that he's no longer allowed to eat your stilettos. But, if the urge to chew one up hits, he may additionally sneak upstairs into your bedroom whilst you're not looking. Unfortunately, in an effort to go away, you to stroll into the aftermath of your canine's chewing. And, because you didn't in reality catch your doggy in the act of chewing, it's no longer sincerely honest or feasible to scold or punish him. The high-quality manner to live on top of your dog's naughty chewing conduct is to keep him contained to the rooms you're in. You can try this by way of shutting bedroom doors, putting in child gates, or maintaining your pup on a quick leash. Doing this may permit you to maintain tabs in your canine so that, if you seize him in the act of chewing something, you may redirect him or position him in a timeout as necessary. Your dog is suffering from anxiety or another issue if you've tried everything from offering your canine with chunk toys to setting him in timeouts for naughty behavior, and he's nonetheless chewing your stuff. It's very possibly he has an underlying behavioral difficulty at play. For example, your pup would possibly be bored, have tension, have too much energy. All of these items can reason puppies to chunk, regardless of whether or not your dog is aware of it's acceptable or no longer suitable. Let's begin with stressed or anxious puppies. As humans, we might resort to obsessive-compulsive behaviors or showcase habits like nail biting while we are careworn or suffering from tension. Your dog would possibly do the same, except instead of biting his nails, he would possibly decide to consume your priceless, antique knick-knack. One of the excellent ways to relieve your dog's pressure or anxiety is exercise. Of course, your canine ought to be exercised every single day. However, in case you see your dog uncharacteristically chewing on things, add an extra stroll or a game of fetch into your everyday habitual to look if that helps. By far the largest motive of anxiety push chewing I see on a daily foundation is from separation anxiety. Curbing separation tension is fairly of a complicated issue, and I can't do the technique justice on this blog post. Be careful with punishment while learning how to stop a dog from chewing. You should be careful with punishment. If you discover a chewed object even minutes after they have got chewed it, you are too late. Animals companion punishment with what they're doing at the time they're being corrected. Your canine cannot cause that. I tore up those footwear an hour ago and that's why I'm being scolded now. Some humans believe this is what a canine is thinking because they run and cover or due to the fact they looks responsible. In reality, responsible looks are simply dog submissive postures that dogs display when they're threatened. When you are indignant and upset, your canine feels threatened through your tone of voice, body postures and/or facial expressions, so they may hide or display submissive postures. Punishment after the fact will not simplest fail to cast off the undesirable behavior, but it could also provoke other unwanted behaviors. Conclusion on stopping a dog from chewing. So we are going to the end of our topic today. I have shared with you 3 reasons why dogs chew and tips to deal with the issue for each reason. I hope these information will help you learn how to stop a dog from chewing. Plus remember to consider if you should punish your dog or not. 'Cause punishment does not always work. If you have any other dog issue, share it in comments. And follow me for more interesting topics. Thank you.